Hi, so my name is Ruemenapp, and I'm the co-president of the CCSR. Today I'm going to talk about what the CCSR means to me, how it's impacted my life, and how I see the world, and how I see other people. So usually when I talk about the CCSR and how it's affected me, I usually start by going in chronological order of when I joined the CCSR, because I think that's an important part of everybody's journey in this organization. I feel like anytime I talk to someone who's joined the CCSR and they talk about how it's impacted them, they always start with how they joined. So I first started in the CCSR the beginning of my sophomore year when I enrolled in Mr. Scorker's Diversity and Community Enrichment class. So I remember vividly walking into the classroom. It was all seniors, some of who I vaguely knew, but I was a sophomore at the time, so it was intimidating, But I was really thinking, maybe I should switch classes, like maybe this isn't for me. And we started by doing like a team building activity and suggesting projects to each other. And I realized that they didn't care I was a sophomore. It's all about welcoming other people. And, I ended up working with one of those seniors who I became good friends with. I still see sometimes outside of school, which never would have happened without the CCSR. And we ended up doing a charity soccer tournament for the village that my sister was adopted from, which I thought was a great project, and it really shows like how you can mix your passions with helping the world. And I really like to use those seniors as an example of what the CCSR is, because they showed that you can be welcoming to someone without even knowing them. And even if you're a tight-knit group, which they basically were, there is still room for everyone to join. And the CCSR it's a very tight-knit group. And they're always welcoming new members. And I think I try to take after those seniors' examples, because it's important to me that people feel welcomed in this world. And those seniors showed me how to do that. And then anyways, they welcomed me so much that I ended up running for co-president that year, and their votes actually put me over the top to win. So this year for the CCSR, I've been doing a lot of stuff too. My favorite thing is going to Miss Andre's class 2 out of every 6 days of the school week, which unfortunately I might not be able to do anymore if we don't go back to school. But I've learned so much from going to that class, and I've had so many fun times with my friends and friends that I made there. It's not just about, it's not like we go down to Miss Andre's class to help them. It's like you're just hanging out with them. And we really neglect how we see people with disabilities. And to me, it's ridiculous, because they're so much fun. You can learn so much from them. And they're not like lesser than you. They're human beings, and they should be treated the same way as we treat anyone else. And they should be accepted and included in as much as possible, as much as we can do to include them and, celebrate them. And they've just the way they see the world is inspiring, because they just see it in a way of kindness. And I think that's a lot of what the CCSR has done for me too. People like Mr. Scorker and Miss Fard have really taught me that, kindness can be like unbounded. It doesn't have to stop. You can do as much as you can, And sometimes people feel like it's hard to be kind, which is true. It is. It feels weird when you do it. But after you do it, you know what you did is right. And that's what's important to me, and that's a great part of the CCSR for me too, is that you do what's right for the world, and you do, what's right for the community. And even if it feels weird at the time, it makes things better in the end. And that's what CCSR is all about. So if you watch this whole thing, thank you. Yeah, and I didn't even touch upon everything that the CCSR does for me. It's insane. Yeah, but thanks.